Hello, and welcome to something that isn't Terraria. Haven't actually said that in a while. This is Smite. Today I'm gonna be playing a little bit of Smite. As for Terraria, for those of you who are interested in it, I have gotten a few messages asking about it. My Let's Die series is on hiatus, as is the Let's Play. I've had a little bit of problems with, I've had a bit of problems with it recording. I've played probably about 6 hours. I played through about 4 Let's Die characters, and it didn't record. The first two or three recorded like pure white screens or pure black screens, and the other one recorded it didn't record audio. It only recorded gibberish. I know what caused the final one, but I don't know what's been causing it to not record the visuals. So I'm gonna have to figure that out. I'm hoping it'll be something as simple as, hey, dummy, look, you turned this setting off, or you turned this on. So I'm gonna be looking into that. I actually, recently just put something up on the forum for it. So, hey, I have a thing in the forum. When it gets hooked up, I might be able to fix it. But until then, I was planning on playing some Smite, maybe some League of Legends. I'm not exactly a high-ranked player or anything. Actually, League of Legends, I haven't actually qualified for ranked this or last season. I didn't qualify for ranked last season because I didn't have a team. I had one person who would be, I wanted to play with, but they weren't level 30 yet. And when they hit level 30, they just kind of you know what, I don't like League of Legends, and quit playing. And I didn't really want to solo queue. That's because I'm pretty much main support. I'm most comfortable with support champions, so I don't really want to get some random AD carry that doesn't know what the hell they're doing. Anyway, so I was thinking I'd bring in some mediocre. I'm not bad. I'm not amazing, but I'm not horrible. And today we're going to bring Smite. Smite is currently still in closed beta. Or not closed beta, it's in an open beta. Anyone can get to it. I'm gonna leave a link. I'm gonna leave 2 links in the description below. One of them will be a how do I get into Smite link, pretty much just the link to the page, and the other one, another one, will be a nice little. It's gonna be the refer a friend link. I'm not gonna lie. I'm trying to think of a way to make that sound better. It'll be a refer a friend. Before I go into it, I'd like to bring up a couple of things. Smite is a premium game. It's a freemium game, sorry, not premium. You have your free credit. Free credit is favor. You can also see down here. And you have your gems, which are your paid credit. As you can see here, champions can be bought with gems and with favor. And if I go look in here, let's go to a skin. Some of the skins, as you can see, or actually no, I don't own my god, so it's asking me to pay for the god. I own this god. Some skins, like Solar Sentinel, can only be bought with gems. As you can see, I got the Solar, because this is, I believe, the Facebook, subscribe to their Facebook. But, as you can see, Golden Raw, I could actually buy this if I have enough gems, and I've unlocked rank 1 of this god. Silver Raw, I could get this with enough gems or enough favor. If I buy here, I could buy with favor. So that's interesting. A lot of games don't have the option to buy a skin with the freemium or the free credits. So it's nice. It's nice to see, hey, just because you're broke, we like you because you're spending so much time on our servers. Which is a little bit odd because they're not running any major ads. I don't see any ads or anything on here. So yeah, that's a little bit interesting as far as I'm concerned. Basically, on the same concept, There are ones that you can only buy with the gems, and that's not a problem. Especially because this is so, like, yeah, you have Ra, he's all Egyptian-like, or you have Solar Eclipse Ra, who's basically a darker motif and has a really bad sunburn. He looks cool, but he honestly looks like he just got a really bad sunburn. Then you have Silver, his armor is silver. You have Gold, his armor is gold. But then you have, like, Solar Sentinel. He looks like he's a different species. Or, it's kind of bad, I don't own that many champions. Like as you can see, I'm only level 7. But Artemis, for example. Standard Artemis is a green archer. She reminds you of just about every other archer in every other MOBA. Then you have Wrangler, who you can't buy, like, who is a gym person. You can only buy with the gym. But she got some guns and still some right reason using a bow and arrow. Don't know why. Then you have Convention 2012. The only way you could get this was being at the convention in 2012. It looks pretty badass. And then you get this one. It's a promotional skin. I can't remember how I got it. But as you can see, it looks a lot like her standard. Another thing you can do is you can buy some voice packs.
All attack! Return to base! Enemies incoming middle! Gank right lane! Enemy spotted! You rock!
I'm really hoping that's loud enough that you can hear it. It allows you to use our voice. I don't have a voice pack, or if I do, it's the default one. I believe that this is kind of like the Dota 2 announcer packs, but I'm not actually sure. Like, don't hold me on that or anything. Yeah, it's like that was, but anyway. Another neat thing, as you can see here, Cupid. Cupid is the only only god that I can buy currently. As you can see, most of them are 550. Can I filter this by? No, I cannot filter this by price yet. But Cupid is only 15, and I can purchase him currently. And it tells me that by having this little thing that, hey, you can purchase this guy. So yeah, it's kind of cute, and he's kind of adorable. Kind of one of the reasons why I don't like him. He just feels weird. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and jump into a practice game. This is against bots in theory. Pretty much you don't do anything in this one. This one, it allows you to do anything. I'll kind of show you the concept. I'm gonna pick a champion that, let's see, should I pick a champion I know, or should I pick someone I have no clue what it is? It's actually kind of a little bit of a difficult choice. Here, let's pick the monkeys. Monkeys are cool, right? Not really, but as you can see here, you have the ability to auto-level items and auto-level skills. Pretty much it allows you to auto-purchase and quick buy. These can be useful if you're new to the game. It's actually very useful if you're new to the game. So, yeah. As you can see here, because it's third person, I move forward with W, backward with S, to the side with A and D. It's really interesting. You don't jump with space, just, as you can see with the mouse buttons, I can attack. He got some nice, neat little animations. He's a monkey. It's cute. I haven't figured out how to get a dance. Like, let's see here. Settings. Controls. I don't see any controls. Interface. I don't see anything here. Key bindings. Let's see here. Abilities. These are all to the 1, 2, 3, and 4 because you move with WAS and D, so you can't use the QWER. You can also play this game with a controller. The Xbox game. So that's kind of cool, honestly. Scoreboard is tab. I'll show you a little more about that a little later. Death recap, you press Y, it shows you how you died. And then you have some Twitch items, which, if you're recording Twitch, it shows you. I'll show you this one first. These are the enemy minions. Every MOBA game has them. These ones are kind of more humanistic, or human-ish, than most games. And as you can see, I'm physically in here beating it. It's not like I'm giving orders to someone and telling them to beat up people. I'm physically doing it. Which gives it a little bit of a nice personal touch. Now, for his abilities, I'm going to read them. At level 1, you get Somersault. Or, level 1. At number 1 is Somersault. He flips through the air and crashes down on target location. So let's go ahead and get that. So I'm going to press F1 and get Somersault. So I can send myself all the way over here, and I can jump on people. It's neat. I wouldn't say it's all that useful, but... I mean, in the middle of a fight, you could use it as both an escape or an initiation. And it has a small cooldown. I'll check that in a second. It has a small cooldown, which deteriorates as you level it up. Starting at 15 seconds, goes down to 11 without reduction. So you could actually jump in, slow somebody, and jump out. It also slows them when you crash down near them. His level 2 is called Overhead Smash. Basically, he swings his staff. He swings his staff. I'm very bad at words today. He swings his staff, does some damage. It's a conal effect, so it's cool. If I'm gonna say anything bad about this game, sometimes when attacking minions, you kind of get stuck. That basically you end up attacking a random minion if they're like standing on top of each other. So as you like saw a second ago, I'm like sitting there attacking this weak one, and then this slightly stronger one steps in front of him, like this right here. I'm sitting here attacking. I'm hitting the guy who's in the middle. Yes, he's like the one directly facing me, but there were two others closer to him. So it's like it can get a little bit irritating and a little bit difficult to try to last it. Sorry, I'm at level 4 now actually, but level 3 I get Sacred Monkey. I command a monkey to go through the air. It will deal target. It'll pounce on an enemy target and deals damage. If the hitting each target, I can only hit a target once. If the last target it lands on is a god, I teleport to them. So I'm going to show you that. So, jump there, jump, jump, jump. Doesn't do anything because there isn't any gods in this group. It only has minions. I'll show you a god in a second. First, I'm going to show you the god now. His final attack is Fear No Evil. I put down a totem, and it wards off all evil, including bad guys. Bad guys will run away from the totem and take damage. As you can see, all of these, he has the red edition, which means he's an AD carry, or AD champion. I believe he's actually officially an assassin. And I just almost got my ass kicked, so I'm going to go heal. One interesting thing about this map, this is a practice map. It doesn't actually have anything. Like, it doesn't have anything big. What it does have is, I have the ability to run in here and level up. Every time I run through here, I'll level up. It's nice and interesting. It allows me to level up fast, so I'm just going to do this little number. And hit level 20. Level 20 is the max in this game. All of your abilities, including your ults, can hit level 5. So I'm just going to mass click that. And now as you can see, I'm much stronger, much more powerful. I'm level 20 now, so hey, that's nice. Also, I forgot, this one, like League of Legends, has, every champion has a passive. This champion's passive is every time he uses a spell, his next basic attack will cause extra damage. It's interesting, it's nice, it's cute. I'm kind of mad at this god. He kind of beat me up a little bit, and I had to run away. So I'm gonna go kill him because I haven't killed him yet, and he hurt my feelings. So I'm gonna throw this at him. I'm gonna teleport to him. and here I'm going to use my ult. As you see, it kind of makes them run away. And it was really weird, because they run away in a way that they're basically dancing. It's a little bit embarrassing for their side. It's really embarrassing if you're the one who gets hit by it. As you can see, it tells you what's all upgraded. It's still telling me that because I upgraded everything so fast, and it's used to, boom, you have a couple of seconds to look at what you just got. But here I'm going to show you the purchases. This game uses kind of, it's a little complicated. It uses kind of like a Awesome Nuts upgrade system, if you've ever played that. As you can see here, this item right here and this item right here are grayed out. This is because those are magical items, and I'm playing an I'm playing a physical power carry, so I have no reason to buy magical items, or magical power items. It's interesting that it does this. A lot of games don't. I like the fact that it's restricted this, because you don't end up with people playing stuff that's weird. Like, playing a magical power carry with physical power, yeah, they can do great, some of them, but you're doing like a B when you could be an A. Anyway, what I like to do is I like to get the shoes. Tabby for a physical, or shoes for magical. I'll get level 1 at first, and then I'll get Jotun's Wrath. Now, when I get up all the way up, you have the... Why does it say critical strike chance? If this used to be critical strike deaths, I don't know why it still says it. Either that or physical pin is critical strike, and I'm just an idiot. We'll see in a second. What I like to do is get Ninja Tabbies. Ninja Tabbies gives you 15% cooldown reduction. Cooldown reduction is amazing. Although with this character, you might also consider getting Hydra's Lament, because basically it doubles up your passive. I don't know if they stack, but I'm assuming they must. But I'm not going to get that to test it. I'm going to show you what I normally build. I'll normally build Ninja Tabbies, because Ninja Tabby has cooldown reduction, Warrior Tabby has physical penetration. But at the same time, Jotun's Wrath has that physical penetration. If I got the Warriors, I could go for the 30% physical pen, or 30 physical pen. But honestly, I haven't had much of a problem with this build. With magical, basically the same thing. You get magical pen, or you can get some cooldown reduction. And then I go for Chronos Pendant. You get your ability cooldowns reduced by 25. You get magical power, and you get mana for 5. It's great, honestly. I'm going to show you here. In this game, you can't directly like pull up a character sheet or something. You can look over here in the bottom left corner. It will show you some of your basic stats, your defense, your speed, your damage, your ability damage. But in order to get specific stats, you have to pull up your tab screen, which has your scores. So, I'll look here, magical. I'm not very magical. I have a little bit of mana. I have a little bit of mana regeneration, because I need to make that mana back. But I have maxed out cooldown reduction. Maxed out cooldown reduction is 35. As you can notice here, I have 15 and 25, which gives me 40. I realize that's too much. I'll tell you in a second why I do that. As you can see here, physical damage, I got attack speed, physical power, and if you notice, next to the numbers, what your current is, in parentheses, it will actually tell you what the max is. So as you can see here, I have 15 physical protection. I don't have any critical chance, so the tooltip on the boots is wrong. Now, the reason I get 40 cooldown reduction, even though the max is 35, is boots. Both boots come to 15 cooldown reduction. This armor comes to 25 cooldown reduction, this mace comes to 25, this watch comes to 25, and this trident comes to 15. All in all, you can either have 30 cooldown reduction, 50 cooldown reduction, or 40 cooldown reduction, or godly amounts of cooldown reduction that you don't need. Either way, you're either just shy or just over. I prefer to be just over because that way I'm getting the full effect of the cooldown reduction. Okay, let's see here. Let's pull out some items. I'm playing a physical damage carry, but let's grab me some attack speed. Attack speed's great, right? Let's see here. If I was going to play a crit champion, actually this might be a crit champion, I'm not sure, I haven't played him yet. Rage wouldn't be a bad idea. Rage gives you a passive, your basic attacks, if they don't crit, it increases their chance to crit. It's kind of interesting, kind of cool. Let's go just to power for now, or physical items, let's do everything. Heartseeker. Heartseeker's nice. Every time you kill a minion, you gain, every time you get a stack, you'll gain physical power, and you gain physical power by killing minions and gods. It's nice. It's great. It's kind of cheap, and it gives you some bonus movement speed, which is always great. Let's see here. Let's get other things. Physical penetration from Titan's Bane. Soul Eater's great. It gives you some life still. So I'm going to go ahead and get some bonus power and some extra speed. I'm going to pick up Heartseeker. And I'm going to pick up lifesteal, the Devourer's Gloves. Devourer's Gloves are they basically stack similar to the Heartseeker. Just instead of giving bonus power every stack, it gives half a bonus power per stack, and it gives a quarter of lifesteal. So if you max this out, you'll have 20 power and 10% lifesteal, plus the 20 power it already has and the 10% it already has. Compared to Heartseeker, if you max that out, you'll have 75% physical power. Both are amazing. And you see, I haven't bought the final item, even though I have more than enough money, because, like I said, I haven't played this champion, so I'm gonna find out how mana intense he is. Okay, first off, this is Fury farm. Furies are normal jungle minions. As you saw, they're not really all that strong. I'm level 20, so I'm kind of overpowered, but they're not really particularly strong. As you can see here down at the bottom, this will not give you a special buff. It does grant you golden XP, and it's a very easy monster. This one is a easy difficulty camp. It's the mana camp. The leader of this camp has a buff. You can see the buff circling him. It's mana. It gives you 5 mana per second and 10% cooldown reduction. That's really nice, and this mixed with a 25% will max you out, but it doesn't last forever, so I don't suggest getting this as a GIMP, if that's what you're planning on doing. If you want cooldown reduction, don't rely on a buff. If you're getting the buff for the mana, it's fine. So, I'm gonna sit here, I'm just gonna bash through this. Okay, as you can see here, I just picked up the buff, which probably wasn't a good idea because I'm not gonna be able to see how mana intense I am. Here's speed. Speed, this leader, it's a medium difficulty. It gives you buff plays 20% movement speed and 10% attack speed. So it's a nice little thing. I'm gonna jump in, I'm gonna smash. Okay, now here's one thing that's interesting about this game compared to others. As you see, I'm like walking over this little buff, and it's not giving it to me because I already have a buff. This is, from what I can understand, this is to incentivize junglers to not hoard the buffs. I played with a Trendemir who was jungling this was probably a couple months back, but we had I want to say it was a Vigor in the mid lane, or Vigar, and Vigar definitely could use blue buff, but the Trendemir kept hogging blue buff because he was the jungler. It was his right to have the buff. So our Vigar never got blue buff, never got the mana regain, and he did fine, but he would have actually been able to do good if he hadn't. So let's throw this out here. As you can see, it kind of kills everything, or it kills all of these. This one is the Don't Jungle Camp of damage. It gives plus 20% to magical and physical damage, and it will give you an additional plus 10 to your magic and plus 5 to your physical. So it's nice and interesting. Here we have the Golden Fury. The Golden Fury is kind of like the dragon in League of Legends. It gives you extra cash for killing it. Also, these like gold things fall. They don't damage you or anything, but it is kind of a little weird to see them fall on you. So let's go in here. This guy is the Fire Giant. This guy might actually kill me. He's kind of like the Baron Nashor or the, what is his name? One second. Roshan. I feel stupid. I couldn't think of his name. I was like, I just couldn't think of what his name was. But Baron Nashor or Roshan or Roshan or however you pronounce it. This guy gives a super magic buff. It gives you plus 70 your magic power, plus 50 your physical power, plus 3% health regain, and plus 1% mana regain every 5 seconds. So the buff he gives you is very similar to Baron Nashor. From what I understand, it only gives the buff to one person, though. So that's similar to Roshan. His buff will last for 4 minutes, and will actually stack with the other buffs. So, although red buff, blue buff, and yellow buff don't stack with each other, you can stack any of them with the Fire Giant buff, which is nice. So I'm just gonna kind of beat this guy up a little bit, hope that I can win. Can I ult this guy? No. Just gonna step out of the lava, because he throws lava at me, and I don't like having lava time. As you can see here, I'm pretty much getting destroyed, so I'm gonna run away. I'm not sure if this character can actually beat him. But let's do some of this. Aw, it sucks. I run up all up in here and there aren't no minions. There we go. This is kind of the point where I'm kind of grindy, like, I really don't want to, like, fight him. He scares me a little bit. Like, not a lot, but enough that he's a bit of a problem. Let's see here. I'm gonna go ahead and get the Soul Eater's aura for no good reason. No, I'm not. That's stupid. Let's get a high power, high speed item. Let's get this Executioner. Reduces physical or reduces the protection of enemies, and it increases my attack speed and my attack power. Now, since I'm here, in this game you do not have summoner's spells. What you have is actives. Actives, you can buy all of them. Many of them have multiple trees. What I'm going to do is I'm going to buy Hand of God. Hand of God comes to 2 forms. It like loads up as Hand of God level 1, Hand of God level 2. It deals damage to minions, jungle creeps, and the Minotaur. The Minotaur is kind of the nexus. I'll get into that in the next video. Now, Hand of God, or the Fist of God, is the same as Hand of God level 2, except that it has a stun. It's kind of nice, but I really don't see the point in it. Whereas Hand of God level 3 increases it so that it does the same damage, but if the Fire Giant, the guy who just pretty much beat me up, or the Golden Fury, are at 25% health or less, you pretty much just, they're dead. So I'm just gonna grab this. Let's see here. I'm gonna get... Let's see here. No, what I'm gonna get is the shards. I'm gonna get restoration shards. This will give me 20 health and 15 mana for every charge. That sounds like a really bad idea. That's actually not a lot of health or a lot of mana. What I'm actually going to get is the Aegis Amulet. It pretty much takes me out of the fight for a few seconds. So, yeah. Also, consumables. Consumables in this game don't work the same as they do in League of Legends or in Dota. You don't have to buy them. You have special places for them. So as you can see down here, I just took protection. That just makes it sound bad. So I'm gonna pop protection. I now have protection from magic, power, and I have some extra bonus. And I'm gonna grab some health. Some health pots and some magic pots. And I'm going to get damage. That's it. Now I'm like as strong as I could physically be. Did I miss that buff? Now I'm as strong as I can physically be with the items I have. I could probably be stronger if I had more items, and of course I'd be stronger if I had more buffs, but I'm gonna go in and try to fight this guy with all this. Blah blah blah. As you can see, I'm actually taking him out a lot easier now. I'm gonna pop both mana so I can get the regain. As you can see, he's low enough that I hit F, and he drops dead. And as you see, I now have his orb circling around me. His orb, as I've said before, gives... where is it? It's not showing up because apparently I have too many... see, it should show up as soon as... yeah, I had too many buffs. Anyway, so as you can see, it does stack with the other buffs, as I said earlier. But now I'm just going to beat this guy up for a few minutes as I talk. Pretty much, as you've seen this game, if you like the playstyle, then you probably you're probably going to be interested in it. If you don't, you won't. One thing that's nice about it is a MOBA, so any skills you have with MOBAs does translate over directly. It's not one of those, hey, I play LOL, but I can't play Dota 2 because creep deny, and it's too hard, and all that stuff. Also, I think I just got a pentakill. Which is kind of cool. I'm gonna leave and let that reset, so I can get another one. Now, this god isn't level 20, so this isn't actually like a fair fight. I'm just kind of picking on him because I like picking on people. They're weaker than me. I have the right to pick on them, right? And it's not like it's real life, it's only a video game. But yeah, anyway. This game directly translates over with most. Also, people who are good at games like not League of Legends. People who are good at games like Call of Duty, Battlefield, Dead Space, pretty much any third-person shooter game. And I guess you could also do it with first-person shooters. It's not quite as direct as a translation, but it should, in theory, still hold up. Smash that guy. He killed my minions. Yeah, like I said, it's not a direct translation from a first-person shooter, but the movement style is the same as a first-person shooter on PC. If you play Xbox, then you'd have to set up your Xbox keys, and I don't know how to do that. I haven't done that. I just know you can, because if you go to settings, you can check out your control, or your key binding, sorry, and Xbox items. It's not set for it, so like training them and all that. But hell, if you want to try, you have your right to try, and if it works, that's amazing. I'm not going to diss you for it. I've always thought that MOBA games are basically designed, like, the way they are, they translate very easily. Like, you'd be able to use the left stick to move your champion, or hero, or whatever, the right stick to move the camera, maybe click one of them, or both of them, or whatever, to get the camera to you. It can be done really easily. The interface, when it isn't too hostile towards it. Another thing that I kind of like is you can jump over walls in this game, as you just saw. With the way it does it, you have this blue circle. Once it touches the wall, like I land in the wall, it turns red. But if I look past it, it turns blue, and I'm good again. So, yeah, that's neat, interesting. I don't know if that really anybody cared about that, but honestly, I didn't know you could jump through these walls. Anyway, so yeah, like I was saying, if you like this game, go ahead. It's fun. If you play League of Legends, or... Why is that guy coming after me? If you play League of Legends, or Dota 2, this game is similar enough to a MOBA that you can play it, it directly translates over, and you won't have any troubles at all. Like, literally, I can promise you won't have trouble. But, at the same time, it's different enough, because of the control style, that you're not really going to... It's not going to feel the same. It feels different enough that you can be bored with one, come to this, and it's almost like a different game. I use, like, I would normally compare something kind of like Call of Duty and Battlefield. The games are so similar that if you go from one to the other, you might as well not change. I know Call of Duty and Battlefield fans are going to hate me, but you have to admit, they're both squad-based military shooters. If you saw, you'd be able to tell them apart, but someone who didn't know specifically the skins in the games wouldn't be able to tell them apart. And that's important. With this, you can tell that apart from any other MOBA game. So, it has fun. One thing I would like to note is, as you saw, I pretty much, like, pwned this guy because I'm a beast and a god and I'm amazing. No, actually, like, this is, from what I understand, this is a lower version, kind of like Baron Nashor in the League of Legends tutorial, or Roshan in the Dota 2 tutorial, where they lower his abilities so that you can solo him. I've actually never been in a team that was able to get him out in the game. Like, the closest we've ever been is we had a jungler, so we went after it, and we were sitting there fighting him, and we ended up getting attacked, and, like, we had to step outside of his thing so he didn't kill us while we fought. And we pretty much, like, sat there and fighting long enough and took enough damage that we decided we weren't going to stick around and try to beat him. So, yeah. Anyway, continuing, one thing to note, your active abilities, like your summoner spells and stuff, cannot be, let's see, let's go back to the story. B in this game works just like it does in League of Legends. But, yeah, you cannot sell your active items, your summoner spells. This is interesting. You can buy them at any point in the game. A lot of people like to buy them early because you can get stuff like running speed, or let's go to the active so I can show you. You can get like speed, or a shield, or blinking, or teleporting, or a ward. And those are all great. A lot of people will get those early. I believe the auto buy also will get those early. I personally like to get my boots and power first, and I like to build at least most of my items before I get an active. That way, I can see what all my enemies active are. I've seen where I'm having trouble with my enemy. Like, hey, am I having trouble getting away from, like, hey, I can run in, kill this guy really fast, and he, like, then, like, I'm at so low damage, or so low of health, I can't get away. Or do I have trouble keeping up with them? Like, these are all things that you find out in the middle of the game. You don't find out early off in the game. Or very rarely do you find out early off in the game. Or do I need to sometimes be able to go, you know what, I'm going to press pause. Or whatever it is, you find out later out in the game. So you sit through, you go through, you get later in the game, and then you buy them later in the game. You're pretty much buying them more for situational compared to buying them for your character. I know that sounds kind of weird, because most people will just get stuff like Smite and Teleport, or not Smite and Teleport, Smite and Flash for like League of Legends. But something like this allows you to metagame. You get to have that idea of, you know what, I don't really need, or sorry, Smite, I meant Ignite. But I don't really need the ability to do extra damage because I'm phoning them. I shoot this guy in the face for half of his health in one shot. My second shot kills him. I don't need an ability that will slowly tick away his life. I just need to hit him with the third shot if he's not dead. Or Ignite. Some characters don't need it, some characters do. Later on in the game, Ignite's not going to help, or not Ignite, sorry, Flash. Flash isn't going to help you later on in the game if you're already dead. Like, hey, I'm getting to the point where I see them, if I don't get away now, I'm dead. Well, by that point, Flash is great. But, again, if you were chasing them down and killing them, other than maybe using Smite to chase them, it really is kind of, or, why do I keep saying Smite? Apparently, I either like being a jungler, I really like this game. But, other than chasing them down with Flash, there's really no reason to have Flash if you're so overpowered. So having something like a speed bonus here might be better than having a blink. Or, let's say you're playing a character that, or you're playing a support. Having the ability to not have to buy wards and be able to drop 2 wards every 90 seconds that will last for 3 minutes could be a godsend. Because if you notice here, the normal wards, they last for 3 minutes, so they're nice. But the active ward, like, it starts off only lasting a minute, but it's free. Like, literally, you just cast this thing every 90 seconds. But when you get to the upgraded form, it lasts for 3 minutes. It's the same as a normal ward, and it's still free. So, it's nice. Basically, I'm trying to say that I love this game. The game plays a lot like League of Legends, Dota 2. It plays a lot like Dota 1, honestly. Like, the way games run, that one character can completely ruin you, but at the same time can completely decimate. You have, in all the all the champions are different. So there are, like, carries are carries, mages are mage. Everything's, like, basically the same in that aspect. But all of these characters are based on, like, different gods from different religions. You have Ra. Like, I'm beating up on Ra from frickin' Egypt. One of my favorite champions is Bakasura. Bakasura is a demon from, I think, Buddhist or Hindu mythology. I'm playing a Mayan monkey. I'm pretty sure I'm Mayan. Like, is there a way to tell? Like, Hun bats. I'm pretty sure I'm a Mayan monkey. So, yeah, like, you can actually, like, hey, I like this person, I like their lore, and you go look in your history book, and their lore is actually in the history book. It's not like, hey, I love Garen from League of Legends. His lore is amazing. Yeah, but his lore isn't, like, in your history book. You can't play this game and be like, you know what, I did homework. In a straight-up fight, fucking Hun Bat will beat Ra over the head with his staff. history homework, A+ on your paper. Probably not an A+ on your paper, but still. Or let's say Dota. Like, yes, most Dota 2 champions have names. A lot of people don't actually realize that. I was like playing, and a lot of Dota 2 champions or players don't realize that their characters have names. They're just like, no, my character is the sniper. No, your character has a name. His job's the sniper. But anyway, like them, they're like the sniper has a nice little lore, but his lore is he's the sniper. Here I can go. This game, since it's practice-only mode, it doesn't have an end, so I had to quit out of it. But let's go to Hunbats. Hunbats is the Mayan howler monkey god. Overview. Here are his spells. Here's his stats. Blah blah blah. Here's my history with him. That doesn't count because it was a practice game. Here are the items they recommend on him. So I didn't really build any items they wanted me to. So he looks like a critical strike champion. But I did pretty good, I think, against a robot that didn't fight that. But here, Hunbats and his twin brother, Hunshun. Let's see, is Hunshun on here? Let's go to the H's. H. Where's the H? Hebo, Gunhan, Hercules, Isis. Is he free, maybe? No. Okay, let's see, twin brother, they led their lives. Though the monkey twins, as they are now called, came to be worshipped as gods of art and music, animosity between the two twins remains. Ymir, frost giant, North mythology. This guy freaking attacked Midgard. Like, this guy pretty much is like the arch enemy of freaking Thor. Or Ra. Ra is the sun god. He is the guardian and the keeper of Matat, the order and truth, and like the master of the sun. I think that's not Matat. It's like Maat or something like that. But yeah, he's the freaking Egyptian god of fucking sun. The fucking god of the fucking sun. You know what? You could be Zeus. Not that pussy little Zeus from Dota 2. You can be the fucking Zeus. Zeus the fucking god Zeus. He sits there with his... It's in beta, so be wary about this. It takes a little while to load in, awkwardly enough. But he's fucking Zeus. He looks fucking badass. He got his Medusa shield. He's up there. He got his clouds behind him. He got his lightning. He looks badass. He got the skin. This is the Stormbringer. He looks like he's all like fucking charged up with lightning. He is Zeus, the frickin' god of frickin' lightning. What's some other ones? Well, there's Ra. He's the fucking god of Egypt. Here's Fenrir. This is the wolf that will eat the world after, or when Thor gets, like, fights him. This is the dog that will eat the world. You know what? We have Thor. You want to do an epic battle between Fenrir and Thor? We have fucking Thor. You like Thor? He hasn't shown up yet, but he's kind of badass. He just looks freaking badass. Here, he has a blood eagle skin. This basically makes him look like he's from Tribes. Smite's done by the people from High Res, so they actually did Tribes to survive this. But he looks bad fucking ass. Loki, his brother, or his half-brother, who is like the trickster and evil bad guy. You might have seen him in the Avengers movies. He kind of got his ass kicked by the Hulk. He looks cool. He got his little daggers. He got his snakes. He looks pretty badass. Here he looks like a snake. Here he's like all golden and purple. Here he's freaking legendary. Legendary. He's all golden. Yes, I was trying to be a little bit funny there. I kind of hope it went off as being funny. But yeah, you can play gods. You can find people from history, like from mythological history, and be like, you know what? What would happen if Anubis from Egyptian mythology decided to get into a fight with, let's see, let's try Hel from Norse mythology. Hel's a female. She's swaps. She's like the goddess of the underworld for the North, or for the North. Yeah, she's from the North. She totally is part of the Game of Thrones game. Seriously. Or Hades from Greece. And Hades looks pretty badass too. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get in this because I tried to fan and it kind of seemed a little fake. But yeah, pretty much this game's pretty badass. In the description below, I'm going to leave how to get into the game, and I'm going to leave my refer a friend little link. Where's that? Is there a way, like, can I look at my refer a friend link? Refer a friend link. Yeah, like, I think I can refer by URL. Yeah, here's my URL. I'm gonna put this in the, I'm gonna put this below my video, so if you want to check it out, and you want to give me the referral, that'd be great. If you don't want to give me the referral, I'm gonna put in how to get there without giving me the referral. So if you don't like me, you don't like my voice, you don't want to give me any props, that's fine. I don't blame you. I'm kind of an asshole sometimes. If you want to give me props, thanks. Really, thanks. So, I'm going to go ahead and put this out on my Facebook. I already put this out on my Facebook and my Twitter. I'm going to hit this up on my YouTube. I'm going to put this in. I'm going to upload this literally as soon as I'm done talking here. And, yeah. I really hope you take a look at Smite. If you're not interested in MOBAs in the slightest, Smite is enough of a not MOBA. Like, I'll show you some of the game modes. Like, I know I was supposed to kind of... But the game modes. You have Arena. Arena's kind of... Well, it's an arena. It doesn't play like a MOBA. You're sitting there, you're fighting, you have minions going between sides, and you're fighting other gods, trying to let your minions get to their side, so that they can hurt them. You have Conquest. Conquest is this is the general MOBA map. 3 lanes, jungle. You have Domination. This is kind of like Dominion from League of Legends, or I can't remember the Marvel version that's in beta currently. You have Assault. Assault is kind of like ARAM. It's one single lane. Yeah, it's a single lane. There's no jungle. You have Joust. Joust is 3v3. It's a single lane with a jungle. Like, it has jungles on the sides. And then you have, every day you have a daily mod. Today's daily mod is Leaping Lizards. Basically, there are 2 lizards you can choose from. And there you go. Today's is an arena matchup. Yesterday's was something called, like, I believe it was Cup Runneth Over. Basically, you start the game at max level and with a bunch of gold. And then there's Joust. Joust is 1v1s. And then you can enter as pre-mates. They have competitive and conquest and Joust. So pretty much you have competitive 1-on-1s, competitive 3-on-3s, and competitive 5-on-5s, like any other MOBA. And you can make customs with your friends if you want. And they have challenges. Like, it's called challenge, but it's pretty much just custom. So yeah, sorry, I forgot to say that before I did it. And one thing that's kind of interesting is you have this start timer here. What's neat about that is you can look at it and be like, hey, I want to get into a game right now. Well, this one's 30 seconds from now. I can jump in. But if you're going to wait for something, well, in about 1 minute and 20 seconds, if I hit tip the scales, in about 1 minute and 20 seconds, I will receive an invite. Here, like, I'm going to hit in for arena. I'm going to join the arena queue. So, the arena will start. It will send me an invite in 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Why am I counting when you can see this? Boom. It comes out with an invite. I can accept or decline it. I'm going to decline it because I'm recording. Man, I'm an asshole. I'm one of those people who declines after waiting in queue. That is such a dick move. Anyway, so going through with it, yeah. It's nice because you can see when you're going to receive your invite. Sometimes you end up sitting in queue for a little longer, but generally this is about how long it takes. So you don't have games where you're sitting in queue for 5 minutes. And if you're sitting in queue for too long, you can leave the queue and go to one of the other game modes. It's fine. So, now I'm officially going to sign out. Going to put everything up, like I said. I hope this is probably going to be like a 40-minute long video, which you're probably not going to watch till the end. But it's Smite, so you might. It's a slight little tutorial / introduction. I'm going to be putting up some more Smite videos, so stay tuned.